Can you tell me if this ever happened to you? Have you ever gotten so wrapped up in a project, just every single waking thought was about the project? Even when you're away from home, away from your computer, you keep thinking about the project, and you promise yourself that you're not going to quit until it's done, because you've quit projects before and you want to have something that you're proud of. And for once you actually do commit, you put in the hours, you make phone calls, you sign up for accounts, you put money in, you make connections, you do interviews, and then someone asks, well, what are you doing on the project today? And you have so much going on at once that you don't even know where to start, because that's where I'm at. It's been almost 2 months since the last devlog, and we put out the trailer, which was really cool. We did a couple interviews, and we've gotten 90% of the way to our Kickstarter goal of $1,000. Thank you for that, by the way. That's amazing. But it's been so long since the last devlog, and so much has happened, I don't know where to start. And that's part of why it's taken 2 months to get here, because I genuinely don't know where to pick up from. So I think what we're gonna do today is I'm gonna go through the game. I'm gonna show you the state of the game as of July 12th, 2022. And you can see where things are going. You can see for yourself what's been added. Also, I'm going to answer some questions that I get a lot, either through YouTube comments or through Kickstarter or through our other social media, just to address some common questions I have about the game. Here's a question from Suki asking, why am I wearing a jacket when it's 95 degrees outside? The answer is, the shirt I was gonna wear is dirty, and this is the only thing that looks cool. So we're making do. Troy from Kickstarter asked, will there be co-op? Unfortunately, adding multiplayer isn't as easy as just hitting one button that says enable multiplayer. It takes months and months of additional coding and a lot of troubleshooting, because features aren't meant for multiple computers. Usually they're only meant to the local computer. So multiplayer is something that I would like to add in the future, but not anytime soon. Jay Dizzy on YouTube commented, looks good. Hopefully development gives a playable version. Thank you. And there actually is a playable version. So on my link tree and in the bio of every video I've posted, there is a link to the beta version on itch.io that's free to download. It is about 2 months behind as of today, so I might go in and update the demo level just so it's more representative of what we have. but the demo version is going to be limited to about 15 minutes of gameplay, whereas the finished game, the first update coming out mid-October, is about 2 hours worth of content. Another question I get asked a lot about is the animations in the game, if we make them ourselves or if we download them from somewhere. So for the first 8 months of development, we were utilizing a website called Mixamo. It's free to use if you have an Adobe account, and basically it adds a pretty basic skeleton to a 3D mesh that you might have, and it animates it for you. The problem is when we take it into Unreal Engine, which is what we use to develop the game, it causes complications because the skeletons don't match up with what Unreal likes, and we end up spending more time troubleshooting than we would actually developing the game. So what I want to do in the future is create our own animations for all the new characters that we have coming, but for the meantime we're just using Mixamo just to block things out first, and hopefully we'll have time to go back in and add those custom animations. But I figured that it's better to have a block out that works rather than a concept in your head that's non-existent. What is one thing that I wish I did differently now than I did at the start? I wish I was better at programming, just in general. I don't know what I'm doing. Voxel terrain, that's what I'm using now for the landscape instead of the landscape material built into Unreal Engine. It's a lot better. I'm using the free version, so I'm missing out on a lot of really good features, but even with this demo version, it's still really good. I might even opt into paying for the full version, which isn't cheap, but it would definitely be beneficial in the long run. I like the feature of the trees disappearing when you go behind them. It makes it easier to see the character. However, they all disappear at once and it's distracting. Do you have a fix for this? The answer is yes, we're working on it. We're currently trying to understand several different plugins at the same time, so it's a little time consuming and hard to focus on one specific thing, but it is something that we're checking out. What software are we using to develop the project? I am using Blender to model the characters and Unreal Engine to develop the whole game. I also use Maya in order to rig the characters if I'm doing a custom rig myself. Some of my team uses ZBrush. We all use Photoshop and Substance Painter for textures. And that's about it. Hopefully I cleared things up a little bit here. Go ahead and comment any other questions you want me to answer in the next video. I'll address them. If I don't address your question in the video, then I will respond to you in the comments. As of today, we are $900 into our $1,000 Kickstarter campaign. So this is just to put the game on Steam. There's gonna be 4 major locations and 1 dungeon. There's different rewards for different pledges, like having an NPC modeled after you, having a custom pet. You can make a custom location based on a list of options that we have, and you can have either a trail or maybe an item shop or something else fitting in the game. There's feature requests and a lot more, so go ahead and check out the Kickstarter and help us reach our goal, which we are very close to. And some of the rewards are first come, first serve, so go ahead and try to snatch those up while you still can. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Kai the Art Guy, and I'll see you later.